Welcome to Cheater Confessions. Let's get started with today's story. 3 months ago, Jennifer came home late on a Wednesday. Dinner was already on the table. Grilled salmon, roasted potatoes, salad the way she liked it. She barely touched it, said she wasn't hungry. I remember the way she kept folding and unfolding her napkin like her fingers didn't know what to do. I cleared the plates. She followed me into the kitchen, then leaned against the counter and said, "Tyler, can we talk for a second?" I thought maybe something happened at work. A bad day. Maybe something with her mom. What I didn't expect was her saying, "I think I need a break." Just like that. What kind of break? She bit her lip. I don't know. I feel like I've lost part of myself. Like I'm just existing. I need some time to figure myself out. I didn't say anything. I waited for the rest. I think I need to be alone for a little while, she added. No contact. Just space. I nodded slowly. Is this about us? It's not you, she said, right on cue. It's me. I just need clarity. I'm not running away. I'm going to stay with my cousin Angela. Just for a while. I'll let you know when I'm ready to talk. She packed a small bag and left within the hour. I watched her go, closed the door behind her, and sat down at the kitchen table. Everything was still. Too still. The next morning, I noticed her laptop was gone and half of her skincare stuff. I didn't text her. I figured if someone asks for space, you give it to them. But something didn't sit right. No contact, no updates. A woman like Jennifer didn't vanish for no reason. Still, I waited. Told myself it was just a phase. I had no idea that finding herself meant she'd already found someone else. 10 days passed. No text, no call, no "I miss you," not even a forwarded meme. Nothing. I didn't break the silence. I wasn't going to chase someone who asked not to be chased. Then, one Saturday afternoon, I got a message from Chris, my old college buddy. We hadn't talked in a couple of months. He sent me a link with a message. "Isn't this Jennifer?" It was a photo on Facebook, public, an outdoor patio at a vineyard, 4 people in the shot. And there she was, Jennifer, sundress, sunglasses, smiling, leaning in close to a guy I hadn't seen in years, George Whitman, her college friend. The one she once claimed was just a study buddy she lost touch with. The guy I remember from that one wedding 5 years ago, where she got weird the second she saw him. What made it worse? The post wasn't even his. Her mom, Linda, had uploaded it, captioned it as "Lovely weekend in Sonoma, so grateful Jennifer could join us." She'd tagged both Jennifer and George. I didn't reply to Chris, just clicked through. George's profile was wide open. Second photo, Jennifer with her hand on his chest, both of them standing in front of a vineyard sign. Third, group photo, but this time Jennifer and George were sitting side by side, his arm around her shoulder. Cozy, familiar. Her head tilted toward him, smiling. Fourth photo, just them. Candlelit dinner, 2 wine glasses. No one else is in sight. The timestamps didn't lie. The same week she told me she needed space to find herself. She was wine tasting in the hills of Sonoma, curled up with George. I stared at the screen for maybe 5 minutes. No rage, no panic, just cold, clear clarity. She hadn't gone to her cousin's, just needed a soft landing. She set me on a shelf like an old book she might come back to after flipping through someone new. I closed the tab, and I started planning. That night, I didn't drink, didn't call anyone. I just walked into our bedroom and started opening drawers. Jennifer had more stuff in our apartment than I realized. Makeup kits in the closet, pairs of boots she never wore, her old journals. I pulled out boxes from storage and laid them out. I didn't throw anything. I wasn't angry. I was done. 3 days. That's how long it took me to go through everything. I wrapped all her stuff, took photos of each item. I booked a courier, sent everything to her parents' address. The day delivery was confirmed, I logged into Facebook. I blocked Jennifer and her mom, blocked her number, deleted our photos, saved just a few on a secure drive, only in case things turned ugly and I needed receipts. I changed the locks the next morning. Called a locksmith, didn't wait. I wasn't taking chances, especially not with someone who lied on her way out. I didn't announce anything, just erased the connection. Quiet, clean. The silence after that? It was almost sweet. I started waking up without checking my phone, hit the gym again, saw some friends I hadn't talked to in months. Jennifer wanted time to figure things out. Fine, I gave it to her. But what she didn't understand was that time moves both ways. And I wasn't planning to be standing still when she finally decided to check if I was still there. 3 weeks of silence. Then, one night around 10 p.m., my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I almost let it ring out, but something told me to pick up. "Hello?" I said. A pause. Then, "Tyler? It's me. Jennifer." Her voice was soft, hesitant, like she expected me to either hang up or fall apart. I stayed quiet. I've been thinking," she continued. "A lot. About us. About everything. I think I'm ready to talk now." "About what?" I asked, calm as ever. "I got the boxes. I can't believe you actually did that," she said, her voice tight, almost offended. "You really packed everything up and sent it to my parents' house? You didn't even ask. That wasn't your call, Tyler." "It became my call when you left without a plan and ghosted me for 3 weeks. I figured you didn't need reminders of an apartment you walked out of," I told her. She went quiet for a second, then tried to switch tracks. "I didn't think you'd be so cold." "No," I replied. "You just thought I'd be waiting." She took a breath, like she was trying to cue up some speech she'd rehearsed. "I just needed time to understand where I was emotionally. Things got blurry. But I miss you. I want to work through this." I let the silence stretch before answering. "There's nothing left to work through." Another pause. Her tone shifted, confused now, tinged with disbelief. "What do you mean?" "Tyler, I said I needed a break. That wasn't a breakup. I was just trying to figure things out." I didn't raise my voice. Didn't need to. "You said no contact. You left. I respected that. While you were figuring yourself out in Sonoma with George Whitman, I figured some things out too." Her silence this time was different. Heavy. "How did you—" she started. "Your mom posted them. George was in every shot. You were tagged." "It wasn't like that," she stammered. I ran into him. He's friends with my cousin's husband. It just sort of happened." "Jennifer," I said, "people don't just fall into wine country with their ex by accident. You made decisions, you lied, you left. That's fine. But you don't get to rewind the tape just because George didn't turn out to be what you hoped." She went quiet, then said, "So that's it?" "That's exactly it," I said. Then I hung up. The knock came 4 days later. I'd just gotten home from work, still in my button-down, when I saw them through the peephole. Jennifer standing outside my apartment door like she was rehearsing a movie scene, and right behind her, arms crossed, lips pursed, was her mother, Linda Peterson. I opened the door but didn't step out, just stood there. "Tyler," Jennifer started, voice shaking slightly. "We need to talk. In person. Not over the phone where you can just hang up on me." Linda jumped in before I could answer. "What kind of man ships a woman's things like she's some stranger, after everything my daughter gave you?" I kept my voice low. "I don't think there's much to say." "You changed the locks?" Jennifer said. "Seriously?" "Yes," I said. "For my safety. You left under false pretenses. You don't live here anymore." Jennifer stepped forward. I didn't move. "You didn't talk to me," she said. "You just acted. You blocked me, shipped my life away, and what? Pretended I never existed?" "No," I said. "I treated you exactly how you asked to be treated. No contact, space. I respected it. You didn't." Linda cut in again. "This is vindictive. You broke her heart. You didn't even fight for her." "No," I said, "because she wasn't lost. She just rerouted. With George." Jennifer looked away, said nothing. "I didn't throw her out. I sent her belongings to the only place I knew she'd be safe and comfortable, her parents' house." "You're being heartless," Linda said. "She made a mistake. Then she can live with it." Jennifer's eyes filled, but I wasn't moved. She tried one last card. "Tyler, George is a loser. He lives in his parents' garage. I made a mistake, okay? I want you." I shook my head. "Then maybe you should have wanted me before you left. Actions have consequences, Jennifer." I stepped back and closed the door. This time I locked it slowly. On purpose. 9 days of quiet followed their visit. Then I got an email. Attached was a PDF letterhead, a notice of intent from Jennifer's newly retained attorney. It claimed I owed her $6,000 for emotional distress, sudden displacement, loss of shared property, and unauthorized disposal of sentimental items. I actually laughed, out loud, in my kitchen. I forwarded the letter to Nathan, a friend of mine from college who now practices law. He helped me with my lease years ago, but I knew he'd eat this up. He sent back a response, polite, direct, ironclad. He pointed out that Jennifer had voluntarily vacated the apartment. The lease was in my name only. There were no shared accounts, no jointly owned property. Her belongings had been packed with care, photographed, and professionally shipped. And her own social media activity clearly contradicted any claims of emotional trauma. Nathan also included a firm reminder: if they sent another legal threat, we'd respond with a countersuit for harassment and defamation. I sent the letter back through her lawyer's email. Never heard a word from them again. But word started getting around. A mutual friend, Monica, called me not long after. "Just so you know," she said, "Jennifer's telling people you went nuclear. That you threw her out, changed the locks, blocked her for no reason." I didn't even flinch. "You should also know," she added, "George dipped. Said he wasn't ready for a woman who brings drama and legal bills." Jennifer was back at her parents' house. Linda, apparently, was livid that the legal play blew up. And worse, the friends she tried to turn against me started asking questions. Didn't Jennifer say she was just taking space? Didn't George show up in pictures the same week she left? Didn't Linda post about that trip? People weren't buying the victim act anymore. Jennifer lit the match. I just stepped out of the room and let the fire do its thing. It's been a little over a month since the lawyer stunt. I haven't heard from Jennifer. No calls, no more appearances at my front door, just the distant hum of her name now and then floating through mutual circles. And every time it does, it sounds more pathetic than threatening. Word is she's still at her parents' house, still hasn't unpacked all the boxes. Her mom's been telling people I emotionally abandoned her daughter, but not many are listening anymore. Because the truth got out. Not through me. I never spoke badly about her. The screenshots, the receipts, the Instagram tags, they did the talking. George was never going to catch her. He was just the illusion of a landing, and when that failed, she had nowhere left to fall. That was the part that got me the most, honestly. She left, pretending it was noble, like she was on some inner journey. But in the end, it was just a rerun of something she thought might feel better the second time around. It didn't. Now she's sitting in a house full of boxes she can't even bring herself to open, stewing in a plan that collapsed under its own weight. And me? I'm doing all right. My apartment finally feels like my space. My life isn't built around guessing someone else's moods. I went on a few dates. Nothing serious, just breathing room. It's weird. You always imagine closure as this big emotional moment. But sometimes it's just peace. No yelling, no revenge speeches, just a quiet knowing. You walked through fire and you didn't burn. She sent me one last message, not long ago. It was long, disjointed. She said she'd been reflecting, said she was sorry for how she handled things, that she thought she needed time, but really she just didn't want to face what was already broken. She admitted George wasn't what she thought, called it a mistake, not a betrayal. Said she missed how safe things felt with me, hoped someday I might understand. I read it once, didn't reply, deleted it. Life moved on. I saw Monica last weekend at a friend's birthday. "You know," she said, "she really thought you'd take her back." I smiled. She came back looking for the key. I finished my drink, stood up, and added, "But the door wasn't just closed, it was already locked." Thank you for watching.